Hello everybody, this is Terry at Transform. Today we're going to talk about calories and frequency. It's going to be a bit of a math lesson for you. So first of all, we're going to talk about calories and how calories work in the body and how it pertains to weight loss and weight gain. So first of all, we're going to work with calories, and this is the number you're going to have to know, plus or minus. 3,500 calories. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. In order to gain or lose 1 pound, you have to remove or add 3,500 calories to your diet. So for this, we're going to talk about subtracting, because most of you probably are trying to lose weight. There's probably not a lot of hard gainers on this site, but most of you are trying to lose. So we're going to go through how that works. So typically, the normal person, for male, would average 2,000 calories a day. And the female is around 1,800 calories per day. This is the amount of calories that it takes to sustain your body. So with this, we would add your physical activity. If you are highly physical, you'd add a bigger number. If you sit at a desk all day and you work at a computer, your number is going to be pretty small unless you have an activity after work. So these are the basis that I'm going to use because it's an average number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate probably somewhere between, in the middle, so say about 200 calories added to each one. So this would be about 2,200 and this would be about 2,000. Unfortunately, women, the way their body structures and their bodies work, they're at a lower calorie count. They don't get to eat as much. So the goal here in the program for me is 2 pounds a week. That's what I like to see people lose, 2 pounds a week. So let's clear this up a little bit. So if we want to minus 2 pounds a week, and 1 pound is 3,500 calories, then 2 pounds is going to be 7,000 calories. That's what we have to take out of our diet. So that equals, of course, in a week is 1,000 per day. My program, that's the number we're going to work with. We're going to figure out how to get this to get 2 pounds a week off gradually. We're not going to go crazy. There's some trainers that drop as much as 5 pounds a week. That's a pretty radical diet. It's really hard to do. I've done it, and let me tell you, it ain't no treat. This one here I've done a lot. This is a lot easier on your system. It's more manageable. You're not going to have the cravings, and you're not going to be looking for energy or stuff, anything in that nature. So this is how this is going to work. First of all, let me get rid of this. So we're going to talk about the guys. Not because women are any different, we're just going to use one number just to make it easy. So we have our guys, on the average, 2,200 calories. Now I know this might get a little confusing. You might have to watch this video a couple of times, stop it and start it again. But once this becomes second nature, you will follow this all the time. This will become a lifetime. This is very important. This is how you're going to manage your weight. So with the 1,000 calories, which sounds like a lot, we have two options. We can take it out in food, or we can burn it with cardio. That's the two options. The best thing is a little bit of both, balance it out. Build in some cardio, reduce your calorie count. Usually, it's nice to say 500 plus the 500 to balance it right in the middle. If you can do some cardio in the morning and do some cardio after work, balance it out and hit 500, then you've only got to cut 500 calories out of your day. 500 calories out of a day is not a big deal. 1,000 calories a day can be a little bit different. So we're going to go into that a little bit more. A lot might go 600 and 400, might go 700 and 300. The whole idea is you have to hit the 1,000 calories a day. You either have to cut it out of your diet or you have to burn it. On to the next step. So we're going to talk about the guys again. He's at 2,800 calories, or 2,200 calories. I'm the 2,800 calorie. That's why. Okay, so the 2,200 calories, first and foremost, if we just cut food out of there, if we took that 1,000 out, we would be down to 1,200 calories. He would be eating 1,200 calories a day. 1,200 calories a day is not a lot of food. Also, this is the base. You never, under any circumstances, would eat under 1,200 calories a day unless you have medical supervision. You're taking a risk, you're going to harm yourself if you do that. That's why we have the cardio aspect. You can go under 1,200 calories if you cardio. If you do cardio and you burn 1,200 calories in cardio, it's not hard to do. I do it. And then you have reduce your diet, and you reduce your diet by 800 calories. That's 2,000 calories a day. This can be done. This is what I meant by hardcore training. This isn't something I want you guys to try in the beginning. It's really hard on your system. But this is how cutters cut. They'll do 1,200 calories a day on cardio. They'll drop 800 out of their diet, 800 to 1,000. They'll burn everything they have, and then they'll cut 2,000 out of their day, which instead of losing that 2.5, that's how they lose 5 pounds a week. That's for somebody who's experienced, who knows how to do this diet, and is able to do that much cardio in the run of a day. This is a lot of cardio. This isn't something you're going to do in 20 minutes. This is going to be 1 hour to 2 hours of cardio, at least a day. So we're going to go on with that. So here's what we're going to do. For my program, for you, we're going to look for 1,000 calories a day. Now in the beginning, like I said, in my program, the 30 pounds in 90 days, this is what'll do it. The 1,000 calories a day will give you the 30 pounds in 30 days. Or 90 days, sorry. So, balancing that out in cardio and diet in the beginning for a lot of people could be a hard adjustment. So you'll have to work up to it. This is why I said if you do the 90-day program and you don't lose 30 pounds, it's not the end of the world. We just keep going. Like I said, we're going to balance that out between diet and cardio, and we're going to show you how to do this every step of the way. So now we're going to talk about frequency and what frequency means. Frequency is how you're going to have your food throughout the day. We're going to work it out so that it balances out. So first of all, and most people eat 3 meals a day. 3 meals a day. They skip breakfast, they might have a little snack, they have their lunch, and they have their dinner. This is the typical day. What we're going to do is we're going to take 3 out of there. First of all, we're going to change that to 6. 6 meals a day. And this is how it's going to work. This is going to be how we're going to do our meals, and this is why. This here is blood sugar. Blood sugar and insulin is how we lose weight and how we gain weight. This is going to be the high, and this is low. So this is a high blood sugar and a low blood sugar. You have a barrier that you're supposed to be able to be in. And we're going to take this 6 meals and we're going to break it out throughout the day. So what our goal is, we don't want to break these 2 barriers when we have our meals throughout the day. If we have our blood sugars go too high, or if our blood sugars go too low, your body's going to store fat. That's what we want to avoid. We want to burn fat, we don't want to store it. So what we do is we take these 6 meals and we space them out throughout the day. So we have a smaller meal and we have more of them. And what we do is we try to keep this blood sugar between those lines. If we can keep the blood sugar between these 2 lines, we won't store fat, we'll burn fat. And how we figure this out is, remember guys, we usually had 400. For women, we had 300 calories. Now, 6 is the ultimate number. This is what I find most people go to. They usually have 5 meals a day. They usually cut out a snack or something. Because if you take 4 times 6, you're at 2,400 calories. Remember, in the other video, the average person, average male, would be 2,200 calories, so you're in a surplus, which means you would have to lose more. So a lot of people will either, these 400 meals for guys, they might reduce them, or this meal here, we're talking breakfast. This one would be a snack. This would be lunch, snack, dinner, and a snack. Well, these 2 snacks are protein shakes, usually. That's what my diet, when I go through the diet plan and I give you a list. These 2 snacks are going to be protein shakes because you have to keep your protein levels high, as we discussed, we'll discuss in the meal plans. With these, in order to hit 400, because a shake is 200 calories, 150, depending on the type of protein that you're using. If you're using an isolate, which is what I'll recommend for somebody, then you're only going to be at around 150 calories on these. So you would have to have a snack with the protein shake in order to hit your calorie counts. So if you cut these down and you kept these at 200 instead of 400, which isn't optimal because your blood sugar, this is why I put this blood sugar a little bit lower, but it'll still be in between those 2 lines. You'll still be fine. So you would take the 400 out just in these 2 snacks. So you could still have 6 meals. A lot of people will take this one out, the after supper snack. And there's your 400 calories there. So frequency is quite important. Breakfast, if you don't eat breakfast, we got to start. When I first started, I couldn't eat breakfast. I got up in the morning, I would get nauseous. I would gag with the breakfast spoon in my hand. But I learned how to do it, and I'll show you how. I actually started with shakes, and I built up to egg whites and cereal. So I'll have another video on that. We'll talk about the meals and how to get adapted to it. So this is the frequency. So the most important thing to remember about frequency is that we're going to make more meals at a lower calorie count to avoid going above or below our blood sugars. We're going to start eating We're going to try to keep the calorie counts as close as we can, but we got to watch out for this number. So we can adjust the snacks, or we can adjust a little bit on the calorie count on the meals. Ultimately, we want to bring this number down so that we can get rid of that 1,000 calories a day, so that we can burn fat, drop our weight, and be very content. This is Terry. This is Calories and Frequency. Next video, we're going to talk about the cheat meal. Yeah, that's right, the cheat meal. I don't even have to explain what a cheat meal is. I think you've already figured it out. Well, we're going to go on about the cheat meal, and I'm going to explain to you why the cheat meal is the most important meal of the week. Yeah, that's right. The cheat meal, that one, is the most important. See you in the next video.